Hello everybody, how are you doing? So this is number 3 and we're going to do a little bit of movement today. So in yoga, the postures are known as asanas. Okay, actually means seat, to sit, but we use the word to describe various positions. Just a quick word about asanas or postures. We always work with the breath. So the last episode we talked about the breath and we started to think about lengthening and deepening your breath. So we always move into any sequence on the breath. So you inhale, generally you inhale, open the body, and exhale, close the body. I will talk you through, you don't need to remember anything. And then what happens is we tend to stay in a pose then for a few breaths, okay? So you just stay static in the pose, although of course there's a lot of going on in the inside, and you just breathe there, okay? You slow your breath down. And this is why it becomes a meditation in movement. You slow your breath down, you're moving at the same time, and you tend to go into a nice, calm, focused sort of space, all right? So we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up, just a short warm-up, and then I'm going to teach you the sun salutations because you can do them quite quickly, so you haven't got that much time, you want to get going. They're a good little sequence to do, they're very energizing, they're very uplifting. The other thing to say quickly is that yoga, in terms of posture work, it makes you strong, it increases your flexibility, it helps balance your body by practicing balances, and if you are not naturally flexible, don't worry. When I started, I was not flexible. I did yoga when I was a kid for a bit and I was so stiff, okay? And then when I started again when I was a bit older, it took a while for my body to become more flexible. I'm still not the most flexible person there is by any means. My body isn't built like that, you know, but I'm a lot more flexible than when I started. So we can all improve our flexibility. What you'll find is that maybe you're not so flexible, but you might be brilliant at doing balances, or you might be really strong. There's always, the beauty of yoga is there's always something that you can do and you can do really well, and then there's something that's more challenging for you. Often the people who are really bendy, so they can do like, you know, all the kind of pretzel type movements, but sometimes they find it really difficult from the strength perspective, or sometimes they find it difficult from the concentration perspective. So yoga, as I mentioned in the last or one of the other videos, it's not about judgment. It's not about, you know, you're good at this or you're bad at this. This is about an exploration of the self. And part of that is exploring the body, seeing what you've got to work with. And if you think, oh, actually, I'm really stiff, or then work on it. It's no big deal, actually. Just do a bit every day and you'll be amazed at the results, okay? So let's start off. We're going to start off just by doing a little bit of what they call cat-cow, and you'll have seen this, I'm sure, in exercise classes and stuff. So you're just coming onto your hands and knees. You're going to inhale, so remember the breath. You're going to inhale, you're going to just drop your pubic bone down. You're going to lift your chest up, and you're going to look up, and then as you exhale, you're curving your spine and bringing your chin in towards the chest. So it's like a cat, isn't it? It's like a cat stretch. You're lifting up. As you inhale, you exhale, you're curving the spine, bringing the chin in. Inhale through and exhale. And as you do, you can press your hands down into the floor so you get a better stretch. Tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, let's come through. And exhale, we're going to do the same again. So we're just mobilizing the spine, bringing a little bit of life into the spine there. All right, good. And then from here, you might want to slide back for a moment. And you might want to turn your palms up. Sometimes a little bit of pressure on the wrists. In yoga practice, if you've got any back problems or any specific physical issues, then you need to check probably before you start doing it. I'm not in the room with you, so I can't give you advice, can I? You can, of course, email me or anything like that, but if you're unsure, have you got any particular physical problems, then, you know, ask your doctor or get advice, okay? So back onto here, we're going to just inhale now. So same idea. We're going to inhale, lift the chest again. Exhale, we're going to curve the spine. And then we're going to take the right leg out behind us and try and keep it level if you can. Oh, I'm kicking my curtain. Drop your hip down, lift the chest, look up, and then exhale, bring the knee in, curve the spine, bring the chin in. Inhale, so same thing again, stretching that leg out behind us. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, out behind you, and exhale, bring it back in. Good, and then we swap over the other side. So left leg is coming out, lift the chest, exhale, curving the spine, bring the chin in. Inhale, so you're getting a bit of a leg stretch at the same time as working with the spine. That's it. So 3 times each side, and then we'll come back again. So this is a long cat stretch. Stretch your arms out in front of you, bring your head down, take a couple of deep breaths. So remember that long inhale, that long exhale. All right, and then we're going to come up. All right, lovely. So if you're happy sitting on your heels in this position, you can sit like this. This is called a Virasana. If it's not comfortable, then just sit with your legs out in front of you. You're just going to inhale, lift your shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back and down. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to go the other way. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Now inhale, take your arms up. Bind the hands together and stretch the palms up towards the sky. So do you remember I said that when we come into a pose, when we arrive there, we stay there for a few breaths. All right? And you might be surprised if you haven't done any stretching before that it can be quite tough to be there for a while. But you'll get used to it and you'll get better at it. Exhale, release the arms down. Good. All right. And maybe just move your shoulders a bit, your hands a little bit. All right. So we've moved the shoulders, we've moved the back a little bit, and we're just going to come up to standing now. So come up to standing. Take your feet underneath your hips. Take hold of your elbows. And you're just going to let yourself come down into a forward bend. So the hands, the elbows, are going to just drop you down into a forward bend. Head relaxed. So give your head a bit of a nod. Nod your head. And what you may find here is you might find that you're happier bending the knees. So if you feel it's really tight, then bend your knees a little bit, okay? Bend your knees, keep the breath moving, and then after a few breaths you might straighten the legs out a little bit. Get a little bit more of a stretch, see how it feels. So even just being here for a little while will help stretch the backs of your legs out. All right, lovely. Now, inhale, let's take the arms up, and exhale, we're going to take the right leg in and hug it in towards you. Release, inhale, arms up, and exhale, left knee in. Release. Good. Again, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And then releasing back down. Well done. All right, so we're going to go through this sun salute now, Surya Namaskar. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you it, so you can see what it looks like, and then I'm going to break it down, and then we will do the whole thing together. All right? So Surya means sun, Namaskar means I bow to. So this is it's like a prayer to the sun, because the sun in ancient times, the sun seemed to be the god, really, because without the sun there would be no life, nothing would grow. So it was a gratitude, a prayer to the sun. So we're going to start with the feet underneath the knees, tailbone tucked under. All right, so we're going to inhale, take the arms up above our heads, we're going to look up. Exhale, we're going to take the arms wide and float the body forwards and down. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, lower down. Inhale. And exhale. Take a few breaths. It's actually 5 breaths we take here. This is downward dog, Adho Mukha Svasana. Then we're going to look forward, bring the feet to the hands, look up. Exhale, chest towards the thighs, and then inhale, the arms are going to come up. Look up, and exhale, hands into the heart center. Just so you know, there's lots of different, slightly different styles of sun salute. That is a more dynamic one. So because I'm aiming this at young people, and you should have a lot of energy, that's why I'm giving you this sun salute, okay, with the jumps. Although you don't have to do the jumps yet, all right? So, I'll just take you through it step by step. So, this first pose is called Tadasana. I'll turn this way actually. So, the heels are underneath the hips, the arms down by your sides, and you're standing nice and tall. All right, so you want to feel as though you're working in your body. So you feel as though the feet are pushing into the floor, the thighs and the kneecaps are engaged, they're pulling back. The tailbone, which is the bone right at the bottom of the spine, is slightly tucking in. And the pubic bone, which is the one here, is slightly lifting, just slightly, only slightly. And then your spine is growing up towards the sky. Imagine that there was a piece of string at the crown of your head, and the crown was being lifted up by this piece of string. And then our arms, we don't want our arms to be floppy, we want our arms to be strong. So it's stretching the fingers down towards the floor, the elbows are straight. All right, so that's mountain pose, that's where we start. So as you take an in-breath, you reach your arms up, you look up to your hands, and then as you exhale, you're taking your hands out to the sides and you're folding forward, so nice straight back. Now some of you, again, will need to bend your knees here, that's fine, just bend the knees, don't worry. If you're happy with your legs straight, keep them straight. Then as you inhale, you're going to straighten out your back, so you're going to lift up, lift your chest and look up, okay, so straightening out the back. Some of you might have your hands on your legs, that's fine, so lift the chest. Then you're going to bring your hands onto the floor, place your hands on the floor with your middle finger facing the front of the mat, the hands are spread, and we won't do jumping at the moment, we're just going to step back into plank, okay? So that's shoulders over the elbows, over the wrists, the legs are nice and strong, the heels are moving back, the thighs are engaged. And then from here, we're just going to lower the knees down to the floor, the tops of the feet on the floor. You're going to bend your elbows in towards you, not out to the side, in towards you, and you're going to lower yourself down onto the floor, all right? Then we're going to take the hands by our sides, the elbows are going to come in, we're going to come into a cobra pose. So you're going to lift your chest up and look up. And then exhale, you're going to come onto your hands and knees. We're going to go into downward dog. Tuck your toes under. Imagine that someone had their hands around your waist and were pulling your bottom, your bum's about to fly back towards the back of the room. Okay, so you come up, you're coming into an inverted V, an upside down V. Your head is completely relaxed. And ideally, your legs are straight, but again, it might feel very tight. If it does, just walk out the legs a little bit. Bicycle them out, and you might find that it's very strong on the wrists, so you could come in and out of it. You could come down onto your knees, take a breath. So you're just learning. Don't expect to be, have this down straight away, because we talk about the body, and the body, needs practice. Yoga is a practice, and it's a lifestyle. All right, I've been doing it for quite a long time. All right, so that's downward dog, and you stay in downward dog for 5 breaths. Once you've done that, at some point you can jump, but at the moment, just take a step or a couple of steps to the hands, okay? Feet underneath the hips, you're going to look up like you did before, straighten the back, Exhale, you're going to bring your chest towards your thighs, so you come down into a forward bend. And then inhale, bend your knees a little bit, take the arms up, look up to your hands. Exhale, take the arms wide and bring the hands into the heart center. Okay? So let's have a go. When I demonstrated that the first time, I went into upward dog instead of cobra. So from the plank, I lowered myself down, but I didn't go onto the floor. And I went over my feet and I came into up dog with my knees off the floor. So don't worry about that right now, but you've got it for reference, okay? So when you've practiced a few times the sort of stage one, the beginner's version, then you might want to have a go at the other one that I showed you the first time, okay? So I'm going to go through the beginner's one again. All right, let's do it together. So mountain pose, nice and strong. If you think about your lower belly, draw that in towards your spine. So you've got your abdomen is working, yeah? Stomach muscles are working. Inhale, the arms are coming up. Exhale, the hands are coming down, nice straight spine. Inhale, you're going to look up and lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands flat on the floor, bend your knees to get there. Take your feet back into a plank pose. From plank pose, lower your knees, tops of the feet. Elbows come in towards you and then onto your belly. Hands by your sides, elbows clamped into the sides of the body. This is important. Come up, don't let your shoulders come into your ears. Roll your shoulders back. Keep your thighs engaged, tops of the feet, and you're looking up. Now come back onto all fours. Tuck your toes under. Let your bum fly back. Let your head drop down. 5 breaths here. So really come to the breath. Inhale and exhale. So this gets easier and easier the more you do. All right, when you've done your 5 breaths, looking forward, bring your feet to your hands, look up, then you're going to bring your chest to your thighs, bend the knees a little bit, inhale, take the arms up, look up, and exhale, lower your hands down to the heart. Okay, sometimes, I've just realised I've done 2 different things there. So sometimes you take your arms down like that, or you can take them straight down. It doesn't really matter. Up to you, whatever you prefer. All right, so we're going to do one more round. Let's have a go. Arms down by your sides. Inhale. Exhale. All right, so the arms coming out to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands flat, feet back. Lower yourselves down. So if you do want to have a go at sort of hovering, you take your elbows in, and you just hover off the floor, and then you roll over your feet and lift up. So some of you who are quite into gymnastics and physical stuff, you're quite sporty, then this might be okay for you to do straight away. Head down. So remember, you can come in and out of it, no problem. Make sure your feet are straight, the outer edge of the feet lined up with the outer edge of the mat. Looking forward, if you want to have a go at a little jump, by all means, do that. Look up. Exhale, chest towards the thighs, and then inhale, let's take the arms up. And exhale, take the arms down. All right, good. So just stand there for a moment with your eyes closed, arms down by your sides in your mountain pose. Come into your breath. So inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. Wonderful. So that's sun salute. You could practice that every day for, say, 10 minutes every day, just doing it a few times, and you will increase your flexibility, you will increase your strength, you will do your brain and your mind and your emotions a lot of good. I'm going to have one more pose, tree pose. So use a balance. You can take your right foot, so practice your balance. It might be that your foot just goes above the the ankle, or it might come up a bit, or it might come into the thigh. Please don't put your foot on your knee. It's too much pressure. All right? Now, once you've got your foot in one of those positions, you'll think about opening the hip, yeah? So you're taking the right leg back a little bit if you can, opening the hip, a little bit of a hip stretch. And then find something to gaze at, something that you can just leave your eyes focused on. Stretch the arms up, elbows straight, drop the shoulders, so don't let the shoulder come up, drop them down. And keep the breath moving. Long in breath, long out breath. Can you stay here for 5 breaths, 7 breaths? So this really helps if you find it difficult to concentrate. It's a very good pose to practice. So particularly if you're revising or something like that, and you're getting tired or you're losing focus, then this is a good one. Just stand up and do a tree, all right? Vrukasana is the Sanskrit name. Sanskrit is the ancient Indian language. So left side if you haven't done it already. And you can imagine yourself like a tree. The legs, the trunk. You imagine the roots growing down from the soul into the earth. The arms are the branches, the fingers are the twigs, the leaves. Well done. And then exhale, bring it back down. All right, good. How are you feeling? All right, now come down onto the floor. And I'm just going to lie yourself down. So when you lie yourself down, just once you have, bring your knees up for a moment and have a little rock. So just rock from side to side. Maybe take the knees around in circles. Then place the feet down on the floor. If your back is feeling okay, then stretch your legs out. If you feel as though, a little bit twingy or anything like that, then keep the knees bent up. Feet are a little bit further than hip width distance apart, arms by your sides, palms up, chin slightly in towards the chest. I'm just going to close your eyes. I'm going to talk you through a really simple relaxation. Whenever you finish a yoga practice, you need to finish either by doing this relaxation, or you can do it by meditating. We can do both. Relaxation is very good because it allows all the work you've done so far just to become integrated in the body. So let your body become heavy, like a bit of rubber, old bit of rubber. And then take your attention to your feet, to your toes. And have the intention to relax, to let go. I'm relaxing my toes. My toes are relaxed. I'm relaxing my heels. My heels are relaxed. So I'm just going to say the part of the body, the lower legs. Allow them to become heavy, allow them to relax. The knees, heavy, relaxed. The thighs, the buttocks, the hips, the pelvis, the tummy, the lower back, the middle of the back, the upper back, the chest, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers, back of the neck, back of the head, the forehead, the eyes, nose, mouth, ears, jaw, throat. You can say to yourself, I am totally relaxed. I am totally relaxed. Well done. So you can, of course, stay in relaxation as long as you like, as long as you can. But when you come out, you're just going to bring your knees into your chest, have a little rock again. You're going to rock onto your right side, and then you're going to lift yourself up to sitting. Well done. Fantastic work. See you on the next one. Namaste.